Hey, I know I haven't posted recently, but I've made some minor changes to the magic system and how it'll function. Um, Previously, the magic system was going to be achievement based. So you would start off with the most commonly used magic type, lore wise. I haven't covered the lore yet, but lore wise, it will be blue. That's the most commonly used magic type. And you would unlock the others through achievements. And lore wise, certain magic types like yellow is given by through birth. It's given through birth. You're born with it. And then the others are just learned. And it just makes no sense making that achievement based. So what I came up with is making them race based. So the way character customization will work is through um, certain races will have different mana types. So humans can use any. Some will be exclusive to certain ones, and they'll also start off with different mana types. Like humans will be blue. For example, a druid will start off with like green, right? Yellow. There's another one, a white. That's no mana. That's also born. Um, Yellow and white. White, the VFX for white hasn't been made yet, but these are going to be somewhat secret. I won't tell you how to get them. Um, so yeah, um, but it won't be through races. I'll tell you that much. Um, but currently, I have this is pretty much four non-forbidden types: three learning and one born, and then another one born, which is no mana, which I haven't made yet. And then I have the forbidden types of magic, right? So I have two of them. So purple, black. And I'll just go over a brief overview of each mana type. Um, so blue may change. You'll notice it's a fire, and it's like that because this is obviously beginner mana, and this is what the most of the populace in the world you have, right? It's unrefined, and it's only gonna give stat buffs in regular day-to-day tasks like farming and stuff like that, right? This is physically enhancing. It will have two different VFX actually. This is going to be its attack one, and then I'd plan on making another one for when you change to a speed enhance, right? And then this is obviously healing. I'm not a big fan of this one. I may remake it. It's pretty cool. I like the flower, and it just gives off a nature vibe, but I'm not a huge fan of it. It will more than likely be remade. But yeah, this is default healing. This is yellow, and yellow is you're born with yellow mana. It's a higher mana capacity, and you'll notice I made it on purpose this way. All the others are kind of chaotic. This one is meant to look calmer, more composed, you could say, because you're basically blessed by mana with this one. And what it does, if so, you have this thing called mana sense, and that's going to be really big. It's how you even see these auras, right? The star, like these icons, it'll signify the amount of lantern or the amount of mana inside your lantern. Well, this will signify the amount of mana that your player currently has, right? I'm obviously going to add a setting that will add like a little bar right here for a better visual indicator, but this is just way better. And, I know some people like playing without any UI, or like distracting UI, and just adds an extra feeling to that, right? But this is why they all have icons above them. But yellow is you basically have a better mana sense than anyone. So normal mana sense you can see this mana, right? That's how you tell how much mana you have. With yellow, you'll be able to track things. Pretty much, you can track things through your mana and gain a bunch of other unique stuff that I won't go into too much detail. But yeah, each one will have different skills. They'll all have a skill tree, and you'll be able to unlock variants. I plan on adding variants. You can unlock through those skill trees. Should be interesting. Now, the two forbidden types. This is purple. Purple is harvesting. So in the war, once you're dead, pretty much like when you die, all mana gets taken back into the cycle of rebirth, like life and death, right? That's how the world works. But with purple, it's like the harvesting mana type. You can harvest um mana from living things like plants, for example, or people, right? And that'll it's not like pure forbidden, but a bunch of people call it forbidden, which is why it's really forbidden. And as you can see, it's a tree because as it's like I signified it as a tree for one reason. You can see it slowly goes down the branches into kind of like the roots, and you are the player, the root of the tree. And the tree just harvests mana, giving it to you. And I thought that was a pretty unique touch to it. I'm going to be honest, I really like it. It's probably one of my favorite ones. Black, black will be a variant of this one. So it will go purple, then black. And this is actually true forbidden magic. So this one harvests all pretty much only living things. This can harvest all mana. So the whole world is made out of magic and mana, and this can harvest all of that. Right? And it has a huge negatives, right? Also with a huge positives as well, like extra damage bonuses, etc., etc. But it's a really risky mana type. It'll slowly corrupt your body. So if you want to do a hard playthrough, you can just equip this and do that. It makes it harder on you. It's really unique in my opinion. So yeah, you can absorb all mana passively, right? You can absorb mana passively. The others, when you run out of mana, a lantern mana, you put your player mana into the lantern, and then it regens that. But then this decreases into get back your player mana, you meditate, right? That's how that works. But this, you'll be able to regenerate it passively. However, your lantern will produce pretty much no light at all. It won't have any light. Okay. And you may be wondering, I thought white had no mana. It's white so you can see at night. I made that, on purpose. And it also, um, makes it look like, you know, it's absorbing no mana as well. So it literally absorbs the world, which is why it's hugely forbidden. Right? So yeah, I think it's a really unique, right? But these are the what is it, seven magic types? Well, no, yeah, seven because you can't see light because I haven't made it yet. Um, but each one will have their own playstyle. Like I said, this is going to be more like shore based, right? It will be like if you're playing with friends and you have a dude who hates combat and only likes doing, farming or base building. This will be a good fit for them. This is the combat specialization, healing specialization, and then this is just probably this may be the best for solo. I'm gonna be honest, because you can just track shit, which I haven't implemented yet. Obviously, I haven't implemented all of this, but it's going to be really interesting to see how I add these all in. So that's the current magic system right now. Um, with all of the why there's like auras and shit, right? Another thing, the lantern, right? So previously it was going to be able to vaporize enemies that got near it when you held right click. I haven't really played mobile and console controls yet, but holding right click, it would do that, right? And really, I thought that was really cool, and I could add other enemy types that could be smarter and would instead wait around and wait for you to drain all of the light in your mana and then finally attack you, right? And I thought that'd be really cool. But instead of that, I may just make them get blinded, right? Because it would, I feel like that would add more layer to it. Instead of making it a one-shot ability, you know, because it would make you not want to use it too much, right? And it would want to make you use it sparingly, only when you need it, right? I feel like that's just better. Let me know what you guys think. Maybe they can add two. Certain enemies get vaporized, and then others get blinded. And then with lantern drainage, so the lantern will constantly be on during day, or I may just automatically turn it off. I haven't really decided yet. Um, right, but during the night, it'll passively make you lose mana passively, even without like holding it. Like you won't lose all of the mana in one night, right? But it'll be enough to catch you off guard if you get, you know, jumped. And that's how that'll work. And it'll drain way faster when you hold right click, obviously. And certain actions will make you lose more mana. So blinding enemies, probably it'll just be the same as holding right click. And if I do add vaporizing, that'll do maybe double the amount of mana consumption since, you're one-shotting enemies and it will just be better. And when I add stronger enemy types, it'll just make it more fair if I don't add absorption or not absorption, vaporization. Or instead of that, I could add each lantern has its own thing. That could work. Uh, it would take a long time though to implement, but I could do that. I just realized the light effect on this one is not red. That's really annoying. I'll need to fix that. But yeah, this is just, the current magic system right now. It's still a huge work in progress. Um, Let me know which one's your favorite. Mine is purple. I mean, it's my favorite color. Green will probably be remade to be similar to the tree, but it'll be like a flower. So yeah, and how races will work. So I want nothing will be spin based. I despise spin based games with a passion, right? And I plan on making them pretty much all of these, can be attained freely, right? Um, so races will, cost like an in-game currency. I haven't decided yet. And I haven't decided how you get it yet. Maybe you'll get it from killing things. I have no idea. Um, but that's how that will work, right? And um, that currency can be used to buy or like change your race if you don't like your current race, right? And changing your race will obviously, you know, it's like, looks wise mainly, but they also have their own playstyle. So humans, they'll have zero stat buffs, by the way, zero stat buffs, but they can use every mana type. Um, Something like, Druid, they'll probably get literally increased healing magic and they'll be able to use this one, the fucking healing magic, and maybe I can add some other stuff too for them to use. Like maybe blue. Some of them could use blue. Who knows what I'm gonna do? But yeah, I could do them. Like that's just how I've planned it so far. Um, I don't really plan on adding a bunch of things for people to spend their money on. Besides the currency, you can spend the in-game currency and shit. Right. Um, but pretty much all of this can be obtained freely and probably pretty easily too. Besides like a little grind on the magic system. Like, so to unlock new magic, right? So, for example, blue, human, you have every mana, but you start off with blue. And, the way that I'm gonna allow it so to like learn is you learn a certain skill tree, right? So blue will have, I'll visualize it. So one, two, three branches. So, for example, everything in front of it is it's blue skill tree, and then you can unlock red, green, purple, and then if you go from purple, you can unlock black, and then become a true forbidden mage. That's how it's gonna work. Another thing, I also made minor changes to combat. So for really early on, I planned on adding traits you'll equip with your character, which was gonna be um swordsman or ranged, and you could change that whenever you wanted to, and each one would have their own skill tree. And I thought that was pretty cool. But the more I thought about it, because like I want every mana type to have their own weapon, right? I want it to be unique. And the more I thought about that, the worse it felt, sounded, right? It's just extra work. Oh yeah, the swords and range. So instead of that, each class will have a range skill you'll be able to unlock. So in the skill tree, there will be magic skills, and each one you can unlock and equip. I haven't decided how many you'll be able to equip yet, because I don't really have the skill trees visualized at all. I don't know what skills they'll be, etc. A bunch of these are really unpolished, by the way. These are all really early design. Like I really like some of these, like this one. Like a lot of these are really good. Like blue, it's probably my favorite for how simple it is. Right? But a lot of these are unpolished. So if you have any suggestions, let me know. But yeah, I plan on, adding their own melee skills, right? Separately. That will be in a separate skill tree. Maybe. Their magic skill trees will have range. And for no mana is going to be really different. I'm not going to go too in detail because it's like yellow. That's going to be a secret mana type. But white, no mana, is going to not have a skill tree. It's going to have something completely unique to a skill tree. Uh, I think it's going to, maybe I'll do the same with yellow. I was going to make yellow skill tree. But now that I think about it, if this is, the embodiment of pure mana, I would make a better version of it. I guess because your mastery of it increased. Who knows? But yeah, but this is the current layout so far. You can probably tell I'm constantly thinking and changing things, so this may change. I may make another video changing all of this. But there's currently uh, six added. Right? The seven planned to be added. I also have changed the lantern. I don't know if any of you noticed. Because I made a video. Okay, so this is the current lantern. That's going to be used. I may make lantern skins, right? But the VFX and the core look of it will change depending on your mana color, right? I think it's really good actually. I love this. I made it in maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes. It's really nice. I can show you how it looks like, different colors real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna do this, and then let's just do a yellow. Is that gonna work? it probably won't be this exact yellow. This is kind of ugly in my opinion. But this is kind of that's a little visual bug right there. I need to fix that. But yeah, it'll have like the little whites right here. That'll stay white because it's like a little shine. But it'll be colored differently depending on everything, right? And yeah, that's the lantern mana. So this is the menu so far. I know it looks really ugly. It's just kind of like an outline of what I want it to look like. So I'll probably put some pictures on screen for as like an example. This is going to be a what's it called? Cliffside. There's an ocean cliffside with a view to a nebula right here. And this is where the character I plan on adding, I'm making it spawn like right here, you I may change these VFX. May change them. But where's the camera part? My stupid O's right here. I didn't know that's blending in, but yeah, that's the camera part. Main mini camera. This is a light, as you can see. It's very subtle. And then these are other cameras. So when you press play, I plan to make it like go forward, go forward like that. And then it'll like fade black. And it'll, put you to the world. That's kind of how I plan on that so far. Um, but yeah, this is the menu. You can see previous videos and how it looks. I won't be bother pressing play and everything because it's also really buggy right now. Real quick, I'll show a map on screen of the land map currently. Um, it may change. And it's also really untextured right now. It's a land mask. I generated it using Rock 3. If you have Steam, you should get it. It's free, and it uses tectonic plates to simulate, you know, continents and just like, you know, tectonic drift basically, right? I did draw the original map, the original continent, and I thought it looked really good, but I was like, oh, I'm just too lazy to mix in tectonic plates. But yeah, all I've done is do a bunch of these auras. I'll put my Discord server up right now. You can join. It's I've posted all of these in my Discord server like maybe 1 or 2 weeks ago, a while ago actually. Um, Besides black, is kind of recent, I think I made black. I made black and the new lantern maybe 1 or 2 days before the menu, right? And you won't be able to tell, but the menu's buttons are actually parts. It just looks 2D because, hold on, I can maybe show you. So oh yeah, I haven't showcased this at all. I'll even show you the menu music if my volume's working. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna play though. It may be bugged. Oh, is it bugged? Oh no. So yeah, as you can see, how the buttons work. It's kind of bugged. As you can see, the little border doesn't disappear yet. I need to fix that. But how the buttons work, it goes behind a certain amount. So these spawn around the player, right? And if it's behind the camera, it disappears. So I'll make it to the normal camera. So this is kind of how it'll look like, right? You can, use A and D, right? I haven't really tested it with controller and mobile, but I think I added that support in it. Credits, I added credits for people who's help, like, I have some people that help me. It's actually really smooth. I'll show you this. Yeah, I need to fix it so that it goes on the full screen, but yeah. And then it should go back up right now. Yeah. I don't I like that, but I want to make it where you can continuously scroll. I think that'd be look way cooler. But this is how the buttons work. It like zooms in on it, and I think that's really neat. Um, Let me get settings. So this is settings. Oh, for some reason it spawned the main menu music off. So I made this song. I'm actually releasing it to Spotify. Uh, it should release August 18th. I'm pretty sure. Uh, but yeah, this is the song. I guess I'll just let this play out for the outro. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Everything.